go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. My name is AJ, one of the mentors here at Bit Trading, and of course today we are going to take a look at the price of Bitcoin, as we always do. And of course, if you guys have any questions along the way, please do make sure to put any questions or anything that you want me to take a look at in the chat, and I will be more than happy to take a look at that or answer any questions that you guys may have, of course, as well. So make sure you do that. And if you haven't already, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button as well. It does really help me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. I hope you are all doing well. Of course, it is the first live stream back of the week. It is Monday, the 12th of August, and we will run through everything that is currently happening. I will just quickly share the link into the Discord just to make sure everybody is aware. All good. Okay, so again, I hope everybody is doing well. So let's just pull up the chat here as well. So, right, let's jump straight on into it then. So as you can still see, right, I am still in the long trade, okay? I am still in the long trade, which of course I entered into, what date was this now? Completely forgotten, okay, so the 5th of August, right? This long trade was entered into on the 5th of August at 4:37 p.m. Of course, this trade was given to the team on the Visionary Discord, as all of my trades are, in the daily market updates that we do, and of course those are all accessible via that Visionary Discord as well. Okay, of course, all of the daily market updates are accessible via the Visionary Discord, of course. But yeah, we took that long trade on the 5th of August, right? I said to the team here, I'm taking a swing long from the failed auction. Here was the long setup that I was looking at, right? And I just reminding the team, right? Remember, like with any trade, risk management is important, but with this trade, it is especially important as the invalidation is so deep. Okay, and then updating the team as well. Value area low at approximately $61,500 is my first target. So I'm telling the team here, that value area low of the fixed range from the entire range, right, is that first target that I do have for this trade, right? So that is my first take profit one, and yeah, updating the team as that rise continues up here. And then we actually hit that TP1 level, right? We hit the TP1 level at that value area low. And what does that offer us? Well, that offers us an amazing take profit one level. As you can see here, realized $2,000 in profit on that trade. Okay. And of course, I left some left in the trade as well, because of course I would like to see higher prices. Now, my stop loss has been moved to entry. And the last thing that I did update the team with was reclaiming value area low means we can look towards POC at $67,000. And we are yet to do that. Okay. We are yet to do that. So you can see here, I am still very much in that long trade, right? Still very much in the long trade. And yeah, it's doing really, really well. I cannot complain with that whatsoever. But we are getting a little bit of a rejection. Okay, we are getting a little bit of a rejection off of the value area low, which is understandable, right? Because the value area low is a level of resistance, right? It is a level of resistance when we are below it. So yeah, again, this is why this was a take profit level for me, because I understood the assignment. I knew that this was going to be a level of resistance, right? But I also understand, right, if we can reclaim this, right, if we can reclaim, we can get accepted above that value area low, then like I told the team on the Visionary Discord, we can be looking towards 67,000 for that next target. And of course, that will be my next take profit point for the long trade that I'm in as well. Okay, so for me right now, it's remaining patient, right? I'm in a really good position. Okay, I'm in a really good trade. I don't feel the need to be entering into a hedged short trade here, because I don't see any major signs of weakness. So for me, there's no reason to just randomly enter into a trade when I don't see the bearish signs that I usually like to see, right? So where we are sat right now is, okay, I think we could actually reclaim value area low here, and I think we could go up to $67,000. I think that is a good possibility, to be perfectly frank with you. Now, of course, we could pull back from here. We could pull back to my entry, where I would, okay, remember, get stopped out at entry because I moved the stop loss to entry, making it a risk-free trade. But that is a big possibility, right? That also happens, because again, we have to remember, what is the context of Bitcoin? Well, the context of Bitcoin is, of course, bearish, right? Because we are in this very large bearish structure. Okay, so we understand that lower highs, okay, and lower lows are to be expected, and we are also rejecting from a pretty major point at this moment in time, which is that value area low. Now, still, for me, I would prefer us to get above that value area low, get accepted above it, reclaim it, and look for that $67,000 level. Okay, if we can get to that $67,000 level, of course, that's where I'm going to be. Like I've already said, I'm going to be looking to take some more profits, right? More profits off of the long trade that I'm in right now. Okay, but also, right, it gives us an opportunity as well to possibly look for a short trade, right? Why does this give us an opportunity to look for a short trade? Well, okay, we go back to the context, right? We strip back all the advanced analysis. Okay, we strip back everything. Okay, and just go back to the basics. It's really important to do that sometimes. All right. And what are the fundamentals of this move right now? Well, the fundamentals are a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? So Bitcoin is in bearish structure. We are bearish. I have been bearish for quite some time on Bitcoin because we've been in this bearish structure. Okay, so what I have to understand is that there's a high probability that this trend is going to continue, right? The trend is your friend until the end. You hear people say that a lot, okay? And, you may just, waft that over your head and not really take that into consideration. But I know a lot of people say that, but it is a very, very important thing to have, right? Again, it's stripping back all of the advanced analysis, okay, and just looking at the basics, right? So the trend, of course, is your friend until the end, right? The trend is bearish at this moment in time, and the trend is series of lower highs and series of lower lows, okay? So the expectation is that this bullish rise that we're having at this moment in time will most likely come to an end, okay, on a lower high, right, where we would then see price come and form a new lower low. Now, again, right, it says it in the saying, right, the trend is your friend until the end. So, of course, it is going to come to an end at some point, right? We understand this trend at some point is going to come to an end. We're either, okay, well, you say that we could, enter into the bear market here, and then that trend just continues, but eventually it will come to an end. Or, right, in the scenario that we're kind of looking for in this case, because we're supposedly in a bull market, right? Well, we are in a bull market, okay? We are looking for this to break towards the upside, right? We are looking for this to break towards the upside because, again, we are in a bull market. We understand that, okay? So we would expect this to break up. So again, right, I understand. Yes, okay, we could see, okay, my mouse is playing up as usual. There we go. So yeah, we understand, right? Okay, yes, we could break this bearish structure at some point, right? But again, right? Again, like I've been saying on this previous move here, like I've been saying on this previous move here, okay, as well, right? We need to remain in that bullish structure. Okay, so of course, right now we have some nice bullish structure forming, right? We have our low, okay, we have a little high here, a little low here, okay, for the higher low. We have a high here. We're now forming another higher low, okay, where we could then come up and form another higher high, right? So we are forming bullish structure, okay, but we need to remain in this bullish structure to continue to all-time high, okay? So we need to see this bullish structure continue, right? But like what I was saying, okay, last week and the week before, right? Remember when we had this very bullish structure here on Bitcoin, okay? Very bullish structure. Okay, what happened to it? Well, it started to break. And as it started to break, okay, what was I saying? Well, I was then saying that the highest probability move is actually a new low on Bitcoin. Okay, you can go back, you can find that from the live streams. What was it, last week or the week before? Well, yeah. Yeah, so like last week and the week before as well. I'm sure you'll find it somewhere in the live stream, okay? And that is exactly what happens, right? That is exactly what happens, right? We lost the bullish structure and we came down and formed a new low, right? So it's the exact same thing here. And the reason why it's the exact same thing, because we're in the exact same trend, we're doing the exact same thing, okay? So again, we're looking for the exact same things, right? Nothing has changed really. We're just trading in this same pattern, this same trend that we've been trading in for quite some time now. Of course, we've been taking full advantage of it, right? Where we've, shorted the failed auction or swing failure patterns of the high, right? Long the lows, shorted the high, okay, long the lows, shorted the high. Of course, I didn't take the most recent short, right? But initially, this was what we were looking for, right? This was the short that we had from the daily market update on the 29th, right? This is exactly what we were looking for. Unfortunately, I was away from the computer. I missed it, okay? But, right, I understand that there are going to be thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of trades to take in the future, right? All I had to do was remain a little bit patient, okay? And then what did we get? We got the long trade from here, okay? Which again was the exact same setup as this one here, and a pretty similar setup to back here. It was a little bit different. The context of it was different, okay? But the setup was pretty much the same, right? So yeah, I remained patient. We got that trade set up. The expectation that the move that we were looking for, okay, what we were expecting, all right, was of course a rise towards the upside. That's exactly what we're seeing right now. Okay, so again, the trend is your friend until the end. All I'm doing right now is trading that trend. Okay, and I understand, yes, at some point this trend is probably going to come to an end, But why not take advantage of it while the trend is still playing out, right? Why not take advantage of it while it is still playing out, okay? And it is still playing out the exact same way each and every time, okay? So again, right, I understand if price starts to rise here, okay, and I see some signs of weakness at a major point, i.e. 67,000 at that POC, okay, then I'm looking for a short trade. Now, initially, okay, I understand, yes, the short trade that I'll be entering into may not take us all the way down to a new low. Okay, it may not do that, right? We may get a slight pullback before then price starts to rise again. Okay, and we continue the bullish structure. I do understand that. Okay, so that's why, right, I want to be looking at taking a TP1 pretty quick, moving the stop loss to entry. Okay, like I did on this trade here, and like I did on this trade here, and then leaving, okay, around 50%, right, maybe 40% left in the trade. Okay, and you let that ride. Okay, because of course, what are we looking for? We're looking for the trend to continue. We're looking for the bearish market structure to continue. So we're looking for a new low. Okay. So for me, that's what I would be looking for, right? I understand, yes, okay, if I do not see the short trade set up here, then I can just be looking for value area high, okay? Then we can be looking for that bearish structure to be taken out, okay? And then we can look for all-time high, okay? Great, right? But what we have to understand is trend is our friend until the end, lower highs, lower lows, that's the trend at the moment. Bearish. Okay, so if we're going to come up and we get a short trade set up like we've had the prior 3 times, okay, for example, it could be a failed auction of a pivot high at a pretty major level, right? Maybe the POC, maybe there's a naked point of control there, okay, or it could be a swing failure pattern of the same levels, right? Where from there, okay, we can look for that little short trade. Okay, of course, taking profits pretty quickly, moving the stop loss to entry. But then, right, exactly like I said back here, if we start to lose that bullish structure, if we start to lose the bullish structure, that's when I'm looking for a new low. Okay, so we can look for price to pull back. Okay, we can lock in a TP1, move the stop loss to entry, make it a risk-free trade, leaving like, for me, I would probably leave like 40% or 50% left in the trade, okay, of the initial capital that I've invested into that trade. And I would leave it in there and wait to see whether we break the bullish structure. Because if we break the bullish structure, what will I be saying? Okay, well, I will be saying, okay, we're probably going to come down and form a new low, right? And that, okay, on a statistical basis and on a probability basis, okay, is what is most likely going to happen. All right, if of course, right, we get that short trade set up, we break the bullish structure, that's what I'll be looking for. Okay, if we do not break the bullish structure and we continue that bullish structure, of course, we can come up, right? We can get stopped out of the longer entry and we can look for the bullish, the bullish structure to continue, okay, possibly taking us all up to all-time high. Like I said, right, if we break this bearish structure, okay, and we continue that bullish structure, I would be looking for all-time high. Okay, so it's not right. Again, I will never say that we're going here or, you know, we're so, you know, I'll never say like at a level like this that we're going to all-time high here or we're going to form a new low. It's not that, right? It's if one scenario plays out, this is most likely to happen, okay? Or if that scenario plays out, that's what's most likely going to happen, okay? So, of course, if the bullish structure continues, okay, we don't get a short setup, of course, we're looking for all-time high, right? That's the most probable scenario. If we come up, okay, we get a bit of a short setup here, right? We break the bullish structure, okay, start to form bearish structure. Then what is the most likely move? Okay, well, the most likely move is a move down for a new low, okay? That's what we can be looking for. So again, you know, I'll never say that price is going here or price is going there. It is, if price does this, okay, we're most likely going to do this. Okay, if price does that, we're most likely going to do that. Okay, so yeah, again, like I've been saying, if we can reclaim that value area low, right, great. We can be looking towards $67,000. If we cannot reclaim this value area low, okay, then what am I looking for? Well, I'm actually looking for price to come down to around $64,000, which is where my entry is roughly on this price, okay, on this long trade. Sorry. So yeah, the entry on this long trade is roughly $64,000. Okay. And I will be looking for price to come down to that entry, okay, where of course this morning with the team and the daily market updates, okay, that of course I do every single morning for the team on the Visionary Discord, okay. What were we going through? We were going through a possible long trade scenario from 64, sorry, $54,000. Okay. So, of course, we have a GP786, right? I really like the golden pocket. Okay. Not as much as I used to, right? Because now because so many people know about it now within crypto, it's like, okay, we don't really respect it much anymore. We actually tend to see price coming in either to or a lot closer to the 0.786. So, I really, really like this 786 level at the moment, okay, especially over the past year and a half ish, okay, about a year and a half, okay. I've been really enjoying trading this 786. It's given so many amazing opportunities, trading opportunities, but again, like I always say with Fibonacci, okay, with anything Fibonacci, I don't use a lot of it, right? The most, what I use the most is the fib retracement. Okay, I will never ever use it by itself. Right, I will never use any trading tool by itself, but specifically the fib retracement. Okay, and I have to use when I use it, I have to have bullish or bearish CVD in the area of the GP786. I have to have that. Okay, otherwise it's just irrelevant for me because every man and their dog can use the golden pocket, okay, or even the 786. And we see it, okay. Every average Joe uses the Fibonacci retracement, and they think that every single time we come into that GP level, okay, the golden pocket, that we are going to see a bounce, okay, or that every time we come up into the golden pocket, okay, we see a retracement as we see a pullback, okay. That is not the case, okay. And that's why again I like to come over to order flow. Okay, I like to take a look at the CVD. I like to see if we've got those bullish CVD divergences or bearish CVD divergences, depending on what price is doing, right? Okay, and then I will make a decision based off of that. Of course, I want to look for some more confluence as well. We have lots of naked point of controls down there. We have a daily naked point of control at 52,874. And then we have a monthly naked point of control. Actually a tapped monthly naked point of control at 51,750. So the more important one for me would be 52,874. Okay. Where for me, if we come into this level, right, this is what I was talking through with the team this morning. I've got it saved here actually. So yeah, if we come into this level, okay, and we are seeing bullish CVD coming into this level, I know that there is probably a big player, a big institution, a big trader, whoever it may be, okay, but there is a big player down there with a big buy limit order, okay. And once we see that bullish CVD, what do we understand? Well, we understand that this big player is absorbing all of the selling pressure, the shorts, okay, coming in here, right? And what is most likely to happen after those shorts have been exhausted, okay, or all of the longs have been stopped out, okay, then we do tend to see a reversal. Okay, it's exactly right. We can use this as an example here. We can use this as an example here as well, right? Even though, these weren't GP levels, okay, golden pocket or 786 levels, forgetting the Fibonacci here, what we understand is a huge amount of the market has been wrecked here, okay? What did we see? A reversal. Of course, we took advantage of that with the long. That's exactly what we've done here. A huge amount of the market was wiped out. Okay, specifically, there was about over 500 million long trades got wiped out on this move down. Okay, I don't know the exact number, right? I'd have to go up and count it all, but over 500 million, okay, on the Bybit exchange alone, okay, on the Bybit exchange alone. I just want to clarify that. So, that's not on the other exchanges as well. But, all of that combined, just the absurd amount of long trades that would have been stopped out here is just absolutely mental. Okay, but what happens once the majority of the market had been stopped out? Okay, well, we saw a rise. Okay, and that's the exact same scenario here. Okay, once the shorts get exhausted, once the all the longs that along the high, okay, along the way up here have been stopped out, okay, what's going to happen? Okay, we're most likely going to see a reversal. It's not 100% all of the time, okay, because of course the shorts can step in, okay, and they can continue to push price lower, right? And we can actually visibly see that when we come over to the order flow, right? We can visibly see those new shorts coming in, right? But okay, if we do see, the longs getting stopped out, the shorts getting exhausted, so we don't see any new shorts coming in down here, then what's most likely going to happen? Okay, well, we're most likely going to see price reverse. Okay, and anybody that shorted here is then going to get wrecked. Okay, and of course drive price up, and then of course any new long trades that are coming in as well are going to continue to drive price up, right? So yeah, for me, if we do come back down to $54,000, it's not a level of concern for me. It's not, okay, we're going to come down for a new low. Yes, I understand that's a possibility, but actually, right, if we're coming into $54,000 and we have bullish CBD, I do quite like that for a long trade, okay? And I do think it would offer a really nice entry. Of course, I will get stopped out of the long trade that I'm in at this moment in time. So of course, that is this long trade here, okay? I will get stopped out of this at entry, okay? Just want to clarify that at entry because I've moved my stop loss to entry. I've taken a TP1, so it is now a completely risk-free trade, okay? So it's a really nice position to be in. So if I get stopped out at entry, okay, I have cemented $2,000 in a profit, right? And then again, if I get the long trade set up from here, I would then re-enter the long trade, okay? And then again, what can we be looking for, right? Well, we can be looking for price to come back up to the value area low, okay, here. Potentially break above it, okay? And then if we do break above it, get acceptance above it, we can look towards $67,000, okay? Just because we see a rejection off of it, right, doesn't mean we can't break it in the future, right? So if we see a pullback here, we get another long trade set up, we can come back up, we can then take it out then, right? And of course, this would align really, really nicely, again, with what? The bullish structure, right? The local bullish structure that we've seen 3 times before in this big bearish structure here, right? Again, right? What have we had here? We've had the bullish structure, okay, which then turned to the bearish structure for the new low. We have the bullish structure here, okay, for the bearish structure for the new low, okay, the bullish structure here, okay, to the bearish structure for the new low. All right. So it's not like we haven't been bullish. Okay. We have been bullish. Okay. Even though we're looking quite bearish, we have been bullish at times. We've been bullish here. We've been bullish here. We've been bullish here. And these are all trades that these are all long trades that I took as well. Okay. We've been very bullish. Again, here, we've been very bullish, right? We have been very bullish. Okay. But right, the bulls haven't been there to continue to remain in that bullish structure. That's why we have broken the bullish structure. We've then flipped a bearish structure, and we've then come down and formed a new low, right? So even if we did see a pullback here, it would line up quite nicely with that, the scenario where we have the bullish structure. Okay, so we form a higher low, right? Then we're looking for price to come up and form a higher high. Why? Okay, well, again, it's just trading the trend on, the trend is your friend until the end. Trade the trend until it ends. Okay, again, right? We've had bullish structure here. Okay, we've had bullish structure on the retracement, so we can be looking for bullish structure on this move up here as well. Okay, we've had the bullish structure back here as well. Okay, so again, we can be looking for the bullish structure on this rise. So if we do see a pullback, okay, fine, great. It's another opportunity to get into another long trade, okay? Because again, we're holding that bullish structure if we are looking bullish here, okay? Of course, yes, we understand we can get stopped out of the trade, right? I do understand that. But on a statistical basis, on a probability basis, right, we're looking for a really high probability long trade there, okay? And again, right, this long trade, where could it take us? Okay, we don't really know. Okay, because of course we need to look for those signs in the time, right? By looking at the order flow, by looking at the data that is coming into the market at that second. Okay, because that is what gives us the real information, right? But if this does pull back, okay, and we do see a nice long trade, okay, and we do see a nice long trade setup, and we do take it, and then we do see a nice bullish reaction, okay, we can be looking for a reclaim of value area low to then take us to a new high, right, for this to continue, possibly coming up to that POC that we're looking for. And then, of course, right, possible short trade setup from there. But if the bullish structure can continue, we can be looking for all-time high. Okay, so it's just going back. Okay, we can be looking for all-time high if the bullish structure continues, right? But remember, we have to have that bullish structure continuing. Okay, if right, like I said again, right, if we come up, we've got the bullish structure, right, we form like a swing failure pattern or a failed auction of a pivot high onto a major level, right? This could offer a really nice short trade, right, where we can then look for price to pull back, right, for a nice TP1, move the stop loss to entry, and then leave a little bit left in the trade. Like I said, 40-50%. That's what I usually like to do. Okay, that's exactly what I've done with this current long trade that I'm in at this moment in time, right? And then if we break the bullish structure, again, we're just looking for a new low on Bitcoin, right? Trade the trend until it ends, right? The trend is your friend until the end. You hear those sayings a lot, okay? And yeah, like I said at the start, they probably just go straight over your head. When I was trying to get to the level that I'm at now, again, those things went straight over my head as well. Okay, I never really like sat down and just thought about it and really just like analyzed it in my head, because it is very, very important. It's very basic, right? But it is very, very important. The basics are very important within trading. Okay, the fundamentals are very, very important within trading, in terms of the basics, right? The simple things. All right, even like triangle patterns. Okay, I know I don't trade them. I know I shit on them quite a lot. Okay, but yeah, for me, they are still important, okay? But it's not like I trade them. It's more that I counter trade them, because I use them in reference to understand what retail traders are doing, okay? And what retail traders think's going to happen, okay? And then, of course, I'm looking for the opposite. And then, of course, what do? I come over to the XO charts, take a look at order flow, and I understand, right, what are the retail traders actually doing at this moment in time, because that is a very, very important thing. Very important thing as well. So yeah, really happy with the position that I'm in right now. Okay, I don't see any reason to close any more of the trade. I don't see any major signs of weakness here. Okay, yes, of course we could pull back here. I could get stopped out, right? And then again, if I see the long trade set up again from there, I'm just going to take that and look for $67,000. Okay, and you may say, why don't you just close more of the trade now? Well, because we may not get that pullback, right? We may not get that pullback. We may just have a rise here, okay, reclaim value area low, and then come up higher, right? Because we were getting this pullback. We've had quite a nice bounce today. We've had quite a nice bounce today. So yeah, it is something to be aware of, that yeah, we may not pull back here, even though I would really like to see us come down to $54,000 for another long trade. I think in the long run, right, that would actually pay off better, okay, because of course I would then be entering into a new trade with a higher position. Well, I would have it would just be an all new trade, right? And it would just in the long run it does create more profits, right? But either way, I'm not really too fussed, right? I'm happy with how long I am in the market. Okay, I'm happy with how long I am. I'm not like, oh, I'm not taking full advantage of this move. I feel like I'm taking full advantage of this move, in my eyes. Okay, of course, it's different for everybody. Okay, for me, I'm happy with how long I am. I'm happy with the margin I have in this trade as well, $2,200. Okay, again, my stop loss is at entry, so it's just completely risk-free anyway. And I'm happy with the profit that I can make off of this trade as well. I'm happy with all of that. Okay, so now for me, I'm in a really good position. Okay, so it's just a matter of patience, right? It's patience. Do we see the reclaim for higher prices to hit another take profit point? Or do we pull back, get stopped out, get a new long trade from down here to take that up, right? That's what I'm remaining patient for now. Okay, there's no reason for me to be stressed at this moment in time. There's no reason for me to be biting my nails because I'm not in a short trade. I don't feel like I need to be in a short trade at this moment in time. Yes, I understand that I'm telling you guys that I'm bearish, okay, and we're in bearish market structure. Yeah, I understand that, okay, but what I also understand is that we are looking for a little bit higher for then a short trade from higher prices, okay? That's what I would be looking at more, okay? A short trade from higher prices for it to continue, Okay, so I feel like I'm in a really, really good position. I don't see any major signs of weakness at this moment in time. I don't really see any signs of weakness. Yes, there's you can say there's slight signs of weakness, right? And that's why we've had the pullback here. But I just don't see any major signs of weakness, anything to be too aware of at this moment in time. So yeah, I'm not too worried about possibly missing a short trade. Okay, so we will see. Okay, it's all about patience now. It is literally all about patience. So yeah, I think I've pretty much said everything that I've wanted to say. So if you guys, of course, have any questions, please do put those in the chat. I will be more than happy to take a look at anything that you have, any questions that you may have, or if there's anything that you want me to look at. Of course, please do put that in the chat as well. I did want to take a quick look at the ES as well, actually, because the ES is getting a really, really nice bounce, right? Of course, we had this huge pullback on the ES, which of course pulled back Bitcoin as well. The stock market in general, okay, has just had a huge, huge pullback, which of course has bled into Bitcoin, right? But we're seeing a nice recovery here, which of course is, bringing Bitcoin back up as well. But, again, the stock market, I don't see any major signs of weakness here, right? Any major signs of weakness, right? So I don't feel, okay, too worried at this moment in time. This is a healthy pullback, this a very healthy pullback, in fact, on the stock market. Okay, it was needed, right? I was saying this a few weeks ago as well, that this is needed, right? We've seen a huge pullback here on the stock market, okay, but it was what the stock market needed after this immense rally towards the upside. It's what it needed. Okay, this one, yes, okay, we haven't rallied for as long, right? But look how long we rallied here without any major correction. Okay, we then had the correction here, but then again, even this, right? It needs a correction, right? On this rise up, there's just been no correction. So this is all good. This is all healthy on the stock market. Okay, then we go over to Bitcoin, and that's when it gets a little bit okay, right? We've been in this bearish structure for quite some time now. So money just isn't really flowing into Bitcoin at this moment in time, right? And there's, I understand that there are lots and lots of fundamental reasons, as in, what is going on within the world, okay, what is going on with the news side of things as well, okay. But yeah, for me, there is not enough money flowing into Bitcoin at this moment in time, which is why we are literally just consolidating, right? We have this big consolidation phase, and what you can kind of, look at this is, what everybody in the market, okay, at this moment in time are the ones that have been in the market ever since we started this range. No one's really left. No one's really come into the market. That's why we're not seeing any huge moves. Okay, huge moves towards the upside. So yeah, it's this price action for the average Joe is pretty boring. But right, what we understand here is that this is very tradable price action. We love this price action. Okay, we've shorted this right prior to that. There was a long trade from there. 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 There was a short trade from there. Of course, we had the long trade from here as well. Right? We've taken so many trades in this. Like, yes, all right. You can zoom out. You can think, oh, this is boring. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's a stable coin now. But just zoom in. Okay, just have a little zoom in, right? And look, right? If I can do it, right? If I can find the longs from the lows, okay, and shorts from the highs, right? Of course, you guys can do it as well, right? Of course, I literally share all of these trades as well with the team in the Discord as well. So of course, if you want access to that, it's the first link, right? But right, it's complicated and it's hard to understand because you need to get out of that mindset of thinking like a retail trader, right? You need to be able to put yourself in that scenario where you think like a retail trader, yes, okay, but you need to do that in such a way that you're counter trading your old self, right? You're counter trading the average Joe, the retail trader, okay? That's what you need to get your mind into, okay? And that's how I come into these markets every single day. I'm thinking, what would I have done a year ago, well, longer than that now, like a year and a half, 2 years ago? What would I have done there then? Okay, I would have done that. Okay, so now, okay, I'm not going to do that because I know where that led me. That led me to completely blowing up 3 accounts. Okay, so now, I'm thinking, right, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to see what everybody else is doing there. Okay, because again, we can come and we can take a look at order flow, and we can visibly see what everybody else is doing, right? I can see 20 million new long trades opened up in this candle here. 8.6 million long trades opened up here. 28 million, okay? 28 million traders got wrecked here on this move down, right? 28 million long trades got wrecked on the move down, okay? On this move down here as well, 18 million traders, either got wrecked because we were at a high, we either got longs taking profit, okay, or we did get some longs getting wrecked who've long the high here and they've closed their long trade, okay. So when you see like a little bit of a pullback here, okay, with negative delta and open interest decreasing, okay, but it's kind of at a high, this is when you can think, okay, right, maybe this is more just longs taking profit. But when you see a big red candle like this, okay, and it's forming like a low, okay, this is when you can think, okay, right, this is probably a lot of long trades getting destroyed here. So yeah, Damien, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. I have an intraday short trade at 62K. Liquidity level on the 5-minute time frame. Retail are looking at that descending parallel channel breakout. Traders should get wrecked. Yes, I remember looking at this yesterday. Yeah, so here you were looking at this yesterday. Yeah, so that $62,000 level. There is a huge amount of liquidity at that level. So you have an intraday short trade at 62K. So yeah, that is a really, I feel like Mo as well. Mo had a short from about $62,000 as well. So yeah, that is like, the best level that you could have shorted from, right? Because you've literally shorted the high here. So yeah, that's a really, really nice, nice level to be short at, of course. But for me, I personally haven't entered into a short trade here. So yeah, it's nice to see that you've actually got a nice short trade there, Damien, because of course that is in some nice profits. So it's nice to see that. But yeah, personally, I haven't entered into a short here. I mean, if I was, if I was a little bit more, if I was focusing more, okay, and zooming in and focusing on the lower time frames, yes, okay, maybe I could have got, because this is what I was originally looking at, and then I never ended up taking the trade, okay, but I was looking for, let's just extend it, I was looking for a short trade off of the GP 786 area here, because we did, if we take a look at Exo charts, we did here we did have bearish CVD. Okay, so this could offer, this offered a really nice short trade. Okay, so yeah, if I was like looking at the lower time frames, I understand. Yeah, I could have probably gotten a short trade from there. But yeah, I'm not really focusing on that at this moment in time. But yeah, that's a really nice level to be short from. And yeah, we are probably going to see. We could see quite a lot of traders getting wrecked. Let's just have a look. Let's just have a look quick on this move up. Let's just have a look. Yeah, so 22 million long trades have come in there. We've got 14 million, 7.4, 2 million, 600K, nothing too exciting. 10 million, 18 million at the kind of, like $56,000, 18 million. So yeah, I mean, there's not a huge amount of long trades that have opened up here, but I would say, yes, there's enough long trades in that, yes, if we do pull back here, we'll probably see a lot of them cover, which again could take us down to that $54,000 level, where of course we could be looking for that next long trade, right? Again, that I was walking through this morning with the team, right? We had this long trade possibly from $54,000. So yeah, if we do see that pullback, that's kind of where I'd be looking to long possibly. But yeah, So on the 5 minute time frame, retail traders are looking at that descending parallel channel breakout. Traders should be getting wrecked. Yeah, I mean, any type of descending parallel channel, yeah, a breakout, any type of breakout, we are looking for retail traders to get wrecked on it. And it's not like I know I shit on breakouts quite a lot, but they do work sometimes. We do have to understand that they do work sometimes, right? There is enough retail traders longing it, and no big institution or big trader absorbing it. Okay, so yes, right, then we can see that play out. But yeah, just what I look for is I look for these breakouts. Okay, and then I look for the trap traders. That's what I like to look for. Or if we get a breakout, okay, with a huge chunk of the market being wiped out, like the majority of the market being wiped out, that's another opportunity where I think, okay, this is a great time to get in. When everybody, when everybody's too fearful, when everybody's too scared, that's always the best, time to get in as well. So, that's exactly what this long trade was entered into off of, right? Of course, right? We have the technical, we have the technical confirmation, which is the failed auction, right? But okay, like the reasoning behind it is because we've had a huge wipeout of the long trades. We've had a huge, just like in general, just like the whole market has just been absolutely obliterated. And this is again a really good opportunity to get into the market. It's proven to work time and time again. But people are very fearful, right? People are very fearful, and they are too scared to do that. But once you can get over that fear, of course, sorting out your risk management, okay, making sure what you are risking isn't particularly important to you, then you're all good, okay, because then you get past that emotional stage, you get past that stage, and you can actually start trading, okay, like a professional, because you're putting your emotions aside, and you're not letting them affect your decisions. Ben, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. I haven't seen you here in a few streams, so yeah, it's good to see you back. When price hits a key level, what timeframes on XO charts do you focus on for finding trap shorts or longs? It all depends on the time frame that I'm looking at on TradingView, to be honest with you. I mean, yeah, it all really depends. Okay, so let's just have a look here. Like, let's just yeah, it's annoying with XO charts because you can't go back that far. But it's mainly because they give you so much information in such like a short period of time. But yeah, it all depends, right? So it all depends really on what time frame I'm looking for on TradingView. So let's say here. So this long trade, okay, that I took from here. Okay. Of course, in this scenario, I wasn't looking for trapped shorts because we had no shorts coming in. But what I was looking at, okay, is the 12 hour, because I was looking at I'm looking at the 12 hour and the 8 hour. Okay, so I'm looking at both of those time frames really on XO charts, because that's what I'm looking at on TradingView. Okay, so I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, okay, right, I can see that a huge chunk of the market has been wiped out. I'm zooming in. I can see, right, 120 million in this candle alone, right, 40 million there, 44 million there, 84 million there, 36 million there, 33 million there. So it's all like in it's all to do with like just kind of what time frame you're looking at on TradingView. That's how I look at it, to be honest with you. So yeah, if I'm looking at, again, this long trade here, I was entering into this trade off of the 8 hour and the 12 hour time frame. Okay, so either one of those was for me like a valid time frame to take this trade on, right? So again, I'm looking at the 8 or the 12 hour on XO charts. Okay, for like a short trade up here, let's say I was looking at this on like the 4 hour. Okay, then I can just look at the 4 hour on XO charts. It doesn't really matter what time frame Of course it does, but it's not like it's not too. You just have to have like a pretty similar time frame to what you're using on TradingView. It doesn't have to be the exact same, okay, but yeah, I'd say pretty similar. Because again, it makes it very, very simple for you to read, really. Let's have a look. I want to find a nice example, but we haven't really had any nice examples recently. So let's see on the high here. So yeah, I mean, even looking at this 30-minute, okay, this 30-minute. So this was the high, right? What we can see, okay, is it's all personal preference, I guess. I don't think there's really like a specific time frame that you have to look at it on. To be honest with you, because it all gives you the same information, right? It does all give you the same information. So what I'm just looking at it on kind of like 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour, 12, like those are like the ones I only really ever look at it on. But yeah, it's all relevant to what you're looking on TradingView. And again, it's like, I can just very simply see here, okay, right, we've got 22 million longs coming in back here. We've got 8.2 there. Okay, we've got 6.4, we've got 3 million, we've got 6.1. Okay, we've got 1.7 there, we've got 20 million there. Okay, and then if like we just come onto a 1 hour time frame, and yeah, it's not going to take me to the same place, is it? So let's scroll back, right? Okay, and then it's going to give me the same data, okay, but it's just going to be, of course, confined more into the 1 hour. So of course, your two 30-minute candles are now just going to be one 1 hour candle, okay, and then of course, all of that, all of the delta, okay, is just from the two candles of the two 30-minute candles is just going to be combined into the 1 hour. So yeah, it's all relevant to what you're looking at on TradingView, I'd say, to be honest with you. If you're trading the lower time frames on TradingView, look at the lower time frames on XOCharts. If you're trading the higher time frames on TradingView, you're looking at the higher time frames on XOCharts as well. So yeah, again, it's just all relevant. That's how I do it anyway. It's what works for me. So yeah, that's kind of how I do it. No next trade coming. I took profit on that trade. So is that the long trade, Damien? No next trade coming. I took profit on that trade. Have a look in the chat. That's what I'm looking at. Let's have a look here. So yeah, I saw you had the intraday short trade from here. Taking this intraday short trade, which I wish I had this open longer. Okay, so you fully closed that intraday short trade. Decent setup for a short trade at 62k. So 62k. So that was, I'm guessing, the one that you're in. No, that's not going to be the one you're in now, is it? No. Yeah. So let's just have a quick read of this. All the shorts getting liquidated at 62k, and then the drop for the liquidity grab of the bullish channel. Retail traders should get trapped here. Something like this would be nice. Yeah. So. Okay, looking at coming and taking out that previous high. So yeah, this could be, this could be really nice, to be honest with you. Yeah, I do like the fact that you're integrating that parallel channel as well, the breakout of that, because yeah, this is probably what we'll see a lot of retail traders looking at on that 30-minute time frame. So yeah, that's a level that we could see a lot of retail traders longing. Okay. And yeah, of course, right. If we're gonna come up, okay, and we fake out this, we swing fail, we fail auction it, okay, we get lots of trap traders at the top, at the high of the move. Yes, this can offer a really nice short trade. For me, I would also just be aware as well that we have that value area low, so it's kind of like, okay, if we're reclaiming this, I would consider that a little bit more bullish. But yeah, I guess if we're seeing lots and lots of longs open up here, and then we form that fake out, the failed auction or the swing failure pattern, then yeah, we could see a big move down. I do understand that, yes. But yeah, it all depends. I would say then it all depends on how many long trades are opening up here. If there's not a huge amount of long trades opening up here, then yeah, it's kind of like, okay, is this bigger move down going to play out? Okay, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what trades are coming in. But I think that's a valid point, right? If we're seeing a lot of retail traders looking at a certain pattern, okay, and they're going to long the breakout, right? Then yes, okay, we could see the fake out of the pattern, right, which is the failed auction or the swing failure pattern of the high, right, and then looking to come down and take out the liquidity below us. Yes, that is, really valid, and that's something that would be quite nice to see. To be honest with you, could offer a really nice trade setup. So, we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that, and of course, take a look and see what the retail traders are doing on that possible breakout, right? On that possible breakout. But yeah, I just feel, right, because we see this so many times, and this is kind of how I view it. I view it as if we're reclaiming value area low, I think it's just bullish, and we can look towards like POC. That's kind of how I view it. Just because like that's what I see happen kind of like time and time again, where we reclaim a value area low and then we see higher prices. Of course, it doesn't happen every single time, but a lot of the time this is what we do see. So I would be targeting that POC, and again, like like I said, the POC is another take profit point for the long trade that I'm currently in. So it's all just patience, really. We will see. And then again, we have the $64,000 long, which I quite like as well. So yeah, we'll have to remain patient and see whatever plays out, right? See whatever plays out. I do like that short, Damien, from there. I do like the idea of that, and I think we could print a lower high there for then price to come down, form another lower low. It could happen there. I would think it would happen at a little bit of a higher price up here. Okay, but again, this could just offer a nice intraday. Maybe it just be an intraday, okay, for then price to come up again. Okay, so an intraday short trade, a day trade, short trade, okay, and then we continue higher, or it could literally just be the full blown reversal for a new low, because again, context bearish. I've got to be bearish, right? I do have to be bearish, and I do understand that a lot of the market and a lot of retail traders are probably very bullish at this moment in time because they're looking at this as a bull flag. And to be perfectly honest with you, that makes me even more bearish, even if we do see a rise up. Okay, if we do see a rise up and then we see that breakout of the bull flag, that's when I think, okay, right, let's come over to Excel charts. Let's see what retail traders are doing. Let's wait for them to get trapped, and then just ultimate bearishness just kicks in for me, and it's like, right, we're going to see a big move down here. So for me, as long as we remain in this bull flag and people continue to say we're in a bull flag and we're very bullish, that's when I will remain to stay pretty bearish, to be honest with you. But I could be wrong. We could break out of the bull flag. We could go to 100K. There's a possibility. I do understand that. But yeah, I'm just going off of my statistics, my probabilities, what works for me, what I've found, over time is profitable, and trading breakouts, okay, of, for example, bull flags is not a profitable way of trading. And counter trading it is what works for me, right? It is literally what works for me, and I fully do believe I've proven myself time and time again here, like just literally showing you when people when the majority of retail traders are longing, and then they get caught offside, they get trapped, okay, and then that's when I enter into the trade and capitalize on their failures, right? Which is a horrible thing, but I put the time, I put the effort into understanding how these markets work, and now I've been rewarded for for all the time and effort that I've spent actually trying to understand these markets and understand how they move. Okay, and a big part of it, was actually realizing that big players, they don't really move the market that much. Okay, they kind of nudge it, but they don't really move it. It's the retail traders who really move the market. When the retail traders get wrecked, that's when the market moves the most. When retail traders get wrecked, so that was a big part of it. When I was I know I still am a retail trader. I do know that, and I always talk about retail traders, and I know that it sounds like I'm talking about myself as well, but I'm talking about the people who trade like retail traders. They are the ones that are saying, yeah, the markets are manipulated, and I understand. Yes, okay, they are manipulated to an extent, but I don't think that they manipulate price that much. I think they nudge it, okay, and then it's the retail traders that then are forced to, then move the markets, because of course the market makers, the big players, right? They've nudged the retail trader and said, look, now you're underwater. You're in a bit of a loss here. Are you going to get scared? Are you going to get scared out of the trade? And the majority of the time they do, right? The majority of the time they do, okay, and they are the ones that end up moving the markets, right? So, that was a big thing for me, right? Understanding that it's not necessarily big players manipulating the market and all of that. It's a lot to do with retail traders getting completely wiped out, and they move the market pretty heavily. 100%. Soon as we go above that bull flag, retail traders are going to FOMO with no plan. You can almost see it's coming 100% cooked in. yeah, literally. It's almost 100%. It is. Yeah, I do agree with that. And yeah, I always have to like try not to get myself too excited, because sometimes I do get myself a little bit too excited in these markets, because I can see something cooking, exactly like what you've just stated there, Damien. Right? We're going to see those long trades FOMO on the breakout of the bull flag. Okay, I get excited for that. I need to bring myself down a little bit, because I do understand, right, trading is a game of probabilities. It's not 100% all of the time. But then this is just where I'm like, I can just see it happen. I can just literally see this playing out. So, I 100% agree with you there. If you do a fib from the 29th of July, 70K, and 49 on the 5th of August, you get an awesome GP level. Let's so the 70K level up here. So it was 29th, yep, and then the 49th here. So so we got a perfect rejection off of the golden pocket. Perfect rejection off of that golden pocket. So there's always a reason for price to retrace. There is always a level. There's always a reason why prices is of course retracing, and as you can see here, price is retracing from this level because, well, first of all, we had that golden pocket there, and then if we also come down here, what do we have? Well, we had the mid-range of the descent, or the bull flag, if you want to call it that. Okay, this is another reason why we're seeing price pull back. There was some strong confluence there. Again, with how I trade, okay, this is all personal preference, right? I don't like to trade golden pockets or 786s without absorption. Okay, so without like bearish CVD or bullish CVD, just my personal preference. Okay, again, I know, I personally know a trader who does use the GP 786 without looking for CVD divergences. Of course, they look for other levels of confluence. Okay, they do look for other bits of confluence. They're not using it by themselves. Okay, but they don't, from what they've explained to me with their strategy, they do not need to look for CVD divergences. And that works for him. I know that works for him. Okay. But yeah, for me, okay, it's all, again, trading is like, it's all personal preference, right? It's all what you, what works for you, right? Because what works for me may not work for the next person. Okay. But I think the style that I have implemented is is probably the easiest for everyone because it is more of like a swing trading style. Swing trading style, which then does have day trading in it as well. And then those day trades as well, of course, can turn into the swing trades. But yeah, that's how I learned, because of course when I first started I did have a job, so I had to learn swing trading because I couldn't be sat behind a computer all the time, behind the charts all the time. So I didn't have that ability to do that. So that's probably a big part of why I love swing trading so much as well, because because I started off with it. That's what I started off with. And I have done day trading, and I did try scalp trading, and I absolutely hate scalp trading, to be perfectly honest with you. So yeah, that didn't last long. It's a lot more stressful. It's a lot more complicated. And I just like drawing my levels out, setting my alerts, walking away, coming back when I see my alerts go off on my phone. Okay. And then I do what I need to do, put the trade in, and then I can walk away again. I just feel like with me, it's trying to get all of the risk out, trying to get all of the stress out. And that, of course, I feel like swing trading gets a lot of the stress out. I just feel like for me, there was a lot of stress in scalp trading. So yeah, I would never go back to that. Day trading, possibly, yeah. But I do day trading, and that's where I kind of like adapt, right? So right now, I feel the market is better for swing trades, okay? But when the market's more confined, I do believe that's better for day trades. So that's when I'll take more day trades, right? So yeah, it's all relevant to what the market's doing, really. But yeah, I think I will leave that there, to be honest with you. I've been live for a little over an hour now. I do need to go and cool down because it is extremely hot in this office. And yeah, it's been a really lovely day today, and I can see that it's looking a bit gloomy now. So I might actually sit outside and enjoy the cool breeze that may be waiting for me outside. So yeah, I will leave that there. So I hope you have enjoyed this live stream. If you did, please make sure you smash that thumbs up button. And I will see you, of course, in the next live stream tomorrow. For any Visionary members, of course, I will see you in the Visionary Discord. If you do want access to that, that's the first link in the description. And the free Discord is that second link. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. It's always good to see familiar faces here. Damien, always good to see you here, my friend. Ben, always good to see you here as well, my friend. So yeah, take it easy. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. And of course, Visionary members, I will see you in the Discord and for the daily market update tomorrow morning. So yeah, take care and see you later. Goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true.